Hi everyone, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and it's the season of making holiday earrings, so we're going to make another pair of holiday earrings together here. So I've made these two other jewelry pieces in a different videos that you can find at Beadaholique.com. This is the Rock and Retro Christmas tree earring, and here I have a Christmas memory wire bracelet. They all use these sweet and petite Christmas charms, which I have up here as well. So this earring that we're going to make today is right here, and it too uses a sweet and petite charm. And I call this the Peppermint Mittens earrings. So it's actually probably easier to see if it's laying down on my table. But you see we've got that really nice red and white mitten. We've got some accent beads, which are prestige pearls, and some Czech fire polish. And then for a little added detail, we put some seed beads up on the earring hook, and they're glued on there, so they're not going to go anywhere. So that is what we're going to make in this video here, is this little Peppermint Mittens pair of earrings. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your sweet and petite charm. Of course, you're going to double all of this because you're making two pairs of earrings. And we have the supply list over at Beadaholique.com. But we're going to be using the mitten. So I'm going to grab my other mitten charm. We're going to be using some nice big kidney ear wires. I don't usually use these. I tend to go with more of the traditional earring hook like you see here. But I think these are really fun and dramatic. And I like that you can put beads along the stem of it. Then I've got some 5mm prestige pearls, some 4mm Czech fire polish, two different seed beads. I have a red and a white. These are Toho round seed beads. And then to connect items together, I'm going to be using some head pins. These are 1.5 inches long, 21 gauge. And I totally forgot to put my jump rings on the table. So we are also going to be using some jump rings. So they are right there, and they are a 5mm jump ring. So those are our basic supplies. We're also going to be using a little E6000 glue to keep those seed beads on the earring hook itself so they don't fall off. And then for tools, you're going to need a pair of wire looping pliers or round nose, a couple pairs of chain nose pliers, and a cutter. And then for the glue, you'll need something to put the glue on and an applicator. I just use the bag that my beads come in and some scrap wire from another project, so I don't have to buy anything else. So those are all the supplies you need and the tools you need. And I'm going to actually now scoot these guys up a little bit, just so we've got more of a work surface here available, and take my tools off to the side as well, so that we are ready to go ahead and just start our project. So these are what we're going to be using, and we'll get going right away. First off, grab whatever you're going to be putting your glue on, and we're going to secure those beads first. Now, really quickly, I'm going to show you how to do it before we actually put our glue in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to just alternate like a candy cane pattern of red and white. And I'm going to do 3 for the actual design, but I'm going to first show you what more would look like. So you see, I'm just placing these onto my earring hook using the tip of the earring. And I'm going to show you, because I originally had more on here and I thought, oh, that's cute too. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to keep it with more or go ahead and just have the 3. All right, so here we've got a nice amount of them, and they just slide over and they rest on that base. So here's what it would look like with a bunch of them. I think it's actually really cute. I just thought it might be too busy for some people, so I went ahead and I just kept the 3 on there. So I'm going to slide off the ones I'm not using. And just keep it so there's 3 on there. So what you want to do now is you want to take your glue and put a little bit of it onto your pad or whatever you're using. And then you want your scrap piece of wire. So I've got another scrap piece of wire right here. This one I already did for the first earring. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to let these guys slide up towards my hand a little bit. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and put it right where they're going to slide down. Okay, and then slide my beads into the glue, and then let 2 of them slide down. And then before I put the 3rd one down, I'm going to put a little bit more glue there and put that 3rd one in place. Now I'm just going to set this aside to dry. So I don't want to lay it flat. I want to lay it at an angle so that it's not touching my work surface. There we go, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let that dry. So the gluing process is done, and then I am seeing that it is a little cluttered here in the background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to spread this out a little bit more, just so that it's a little easier to see. Okay, so we're gonna be focusing on making our dangles next. So what we're gonna need for the dangles are all the different beads, and we're gonna pre-make them. So we're gonna get them all ready to go before we actually assemble our earring. So pick up one head pin, and onto it you are gonna slide one red bead, a little seed bead, one pearl, and one more red bead. So this is what is on your head pin. And you slide it down and they don't go anywhere because it does have that nice gold head at the base. So now we're going to make a wrapped wire loop. So we're gonna grab this, right? Not exactly where it exits. You want a little bit of a gap of air. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna grab it and pinch it with these pliers, which help to make the curve for us, and push that down and up. Now we're gonna rotate it to the top, and we're gonna crisscross and pull it out. And so you've got a nice little loop there. Now what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and grab that loop with your chain nose pliers and do a little wrapping. So after you've made a little wrap, you're gonna come back in with your cutters and snip. After you've snipped your wire, you want to press your wire end into the wrappings. And there is one little pearl dangle. Now I'm going to show you now how to make the little red dangle. It's the same exact process, but you're going to use different beads, of course. So we got a white bead, and then we have a red fire polish, and then we have another white bead. So we're almost making like little peppermint candies or little candy canes is what it's giving the feel of. And so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same exact thing. So we're just gonna make this loop and crisscross. Again, grab it with your pliers. I find it so much easier to be able to grab it with the pliers. It's very nice. It gives me a nice grip on it, a nice anchor, and takes the stress off of my hands. Okay, so after you've made your wraps, you're going to trim it and press that end into your wire. So what I'm gonna do off camera to save a little bit of time on the video is I'm going to make a total of 3 of the pearl dangles and 3 of the Czech glass red dangles for this one earring. Now, if you're doing the pair at the same time, of course, you would double all these steps. So I'll be right back with all of my dangles made. All of the dangles are now made, and now we're gonna connect them together. So this is really easy to do. So if you see here, there's some nice air or gap, I should say, between the charm itself and the dangles. And we achieve that by creating a chain out of jump rings so that this hangs low enough that you can actually still see the full charm. So to do that, the only tools you're gonna need for the remaining of this project are your 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. So what we'll do is we're gonna grab a jump ring. And these are open jump rings, meaning that you can open and close them. And we are just going to find the slit and have it up top, and then twist open our jump ring, and we're going to slide on our charm. Now we're going to close the jump ring. We're going to open another jump ring. And this is where we're going to make a little chain out of jump rings. So now we're just going to connect this to the already attached jump ring and close it on up, and do that again. And this is creating that length that we need to be able to see the charm and not have it totally covered by the little dangles. All right, so you've got a chain of 3 jump rings that are going to go ahead and connect to that charm. Now we're gonna open a 4th jump ring, and this one is the one we're gonna hang our dangles from. So we're gonna open this up, and we're gonna slip on one of the pearl dangles, followed by a red one, followed by a pearl, a pearl. Now we're gonna slip on that last jump ring. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold today, so my voice is a little bit off, I apologize. So we just put on our little charm, and now we're gonna do a red one, a pearl, and another red one. Oh, hang on there. There you go. Okay, So those are all on your jump ring. So now you're going to carefully close your jump ring like so. So now we got all these great dangles and we've got our charm. Now we need to slip this onto our earring hook. So what you can do is you're just going to go via this little latch right here. You can just slip it on through there. I just want it to still face forward. And we're done. And then to close your kidney ear wire, you just connect it like that. Now, I will say that we have another video on Beadaholique.com showing you how to close this little loop up on the kidney ear wire. So some people like to do that, some people don't, so I'm not going to show it in this video, but we have another video showing you how to close up that little hole, but orient this little latch still correctly. So if that's something of interest to you, definitely go check out that video as well, because that's a nice one to kind of show you an added little thing you can do. But we've finished our other matching earrings. So we've got our Peppermint Mittens earrings, perfect for winter. So I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season and a great Christmas time. And check out our other holiday videos. We've got these two, which are brand new for this year. And we have some other ones as well. And I'm sure I'm going to be making more as we get closer and closer to the holidays. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of the day.